Welcome back to my studio. I'm Yvette Mecca. Let's go.
Love and light, beautiful people. This is my personal journal that I would love to share with you. It has 3 signatures. This is the fabric cover. It's very soft and crinkly. I only did it for not even a whole season. This is just October and November of last year. So I didn't even add the tassel, but it's, the hardware is here should I want to. Let's dive in, shall we? So the inside cover has some of Tim Holtz paper that I just Mod Podged and on top of fabric and did some wacky stitching all the way around and some ink. I did that on the front as well as the back. Add a little gesso here and there to tone it down. Make sure I'm still in frame. All right, this is the first signature. It covers mid-September. To see if I didn't even finish it. Okay, let's just see where the last entry. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, to the end of September. So in the inside of here, I have it as if it's each individual book, confidential book. And I have a pocket to start. I have library cards that I used. And for me, when I do journals, depending on the journal, I put, my brand, what have you, which is the Mental Journey Junk Journals, when I do custom journals and when I do journals to sell because it's coming from my library. Check in before you check out. So I was tracking the moon phases and I was also tracking if I had tea that particular day. So I did that for quite a while in September. I do tea blends, yet I'm always curious to taste, other teas, of course, just to get that flavor and to see if I like it or not and what I can do for mine. I have several different papers from cardstock to just pattern paper that you get from the local craft stores or online. And I have some vintage pages as well, office pages. I left these first 3 pages blank because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it. And as you can see, I ended up doing nothing. So this real estate is no longer any good. Back in September, my mom encouraged us to drink this vitamin C, what is this? Emergency. I don't know where I get Generin from. It's a side flip with some more journaling behind it. And I just reinforced the page with regular clear tape. This is a whole page, but because I put this flap, I wanted to secure. Now, this is the first time I'm sharing my personal journal, so bear with me if you don't mind. I have another flip here, some journaling with the conversation I had with a friend. Here is a scan that represents the day I found out I had to get another EMG for my carpal tunnel. So I journaled about that on the back, and this is the same day the first debate took place with Kamala Harris. Oh my gosh. and Donald Trump. So I journaled about that. I also journaled about relocating and having to pack up my home and start putting things in storage. I also put tabs of the particular day that was in that month. So I have that along the sides or the top throughout the journal. Here you'll see throughout this journal pink band-aids. I had nosebleeds all for a total of like 7 days straight. It was crazy. This documentation is confirmation from when I sold my house, so it's personal information there. And this was when the house actually sold. So I journaled about that. Another nosebleed. My father-in-law had a birthday. I journaled about that. This lips indicate for me is when I had a conversation. In this section, I think I changed it when I got further to something else. I also documented what we had for Sunday dinners, because it was a big thing in my parents' house. And so I just wanted to just jot down every Sunday what that meal was. So those are in here as well. Another nosebleed. Tea that I was tasting throughout the month. Where I got it from is the receipt. Another tea. On the back, I was putting some gesso. I did not do that here, but I have a note to do it and tell myself, give myself a reminder of what this particular tea tastes like. So those are in here. More journaling. And here is an example of what I did. This was a detox tea, roasted dandelion spice. And I noted that it was smooth, didn't have a big kick. I used one bag. By the time I drunk it, it was getting warm. So yeah, the tag reads, breathe or breath is the voice of your soul. I have a tuck here and this conversation, probably something personal. If it was not, I would have just made a tab in extra space. Another tea. I've had a to-do list that particular day. Some more journaling about that day. A nosebleed the next day. Whew, I tell you, it was horrible. I sell at Maybon last year, so I put an altar inside of my journal. I was supposed to put a poem here. That didn't happen. Here, I have some documentation on different herbs that I use for the altar and in just, oh, I'm sorry, the camera's shaking. In life, in my kitchen. Another tea. I recalled that last 4 days this morning and finished my Maybon page. I used 2 tea bags and let it sit for a while, and I can truly taste it now. So this was green tea, blueberry, and Slim Life. You really, really can taste the blueberry in there. But the thing was, or the trick was, so apparently the camera cut off. I was basically just telling you guys how I use the tea bags, and behind this particular tea bag, it says, I recall the last 4 days this morning and finishing my Maybon page. I used 2 tea bags and let it sit for a while. I can truly taste the taste now. I can truly taste it now. So, you know, certain ones I had to use more tea bags than others and steep longer than others. Let's see. Things I learned or I did today. I used Tim Holtz cards for that. some more journaling, more tea. Switch you over. Some flip outs and notes. I'm supposed to be journaling on the back of this one. I left a sticky note to tell myself to do that. Let's see. More journaling. And again, I use mine for daily journaling. A lot of flip outs, a lot of conversations took place that were really significant. My son got his grills on his teeth, so I journaled that. I took him to go do that. And this is the center of the signature. Journal, journal, journal. Conversations. Another flip out. This was the day I taught my son how to travel on the DC and Maryland, the DMV Metro, so that he can learn how to take himself to work. So we journaled about that. I journaled about that experience with him. Another conversation, more flips. Sunday dinner. I did a tuck. Being versus bringing and being consistent. A lesson that my daughter taught me. Books I read when I started that particular book. And I do have a reading journal. But in here, I just noted also when I started that particular book. So yeah, that is the end of September. And I did not start October in this signature. So I had a lot of real estate left. All right, that is the end of the first signature. The second signature. This signature, let's see. I was calling back my power and my energy. A prayer that I learned that I wanted to put in here to remind myself. I pray to let go. I pray to release. Yeah. Heavy on the self-love. More journaling. And that is what happened with the second. I don't know why this is in here, but that's what happened with the second signature. Nothing. Not too much of anything. All right, let's jump into this third signature. This is the beginning of October. I did another library card where I recall the moon phases and whether or not if I drank tea. As you can see, there was no consistency. If you hear the little pitter patter in the background, that is the dogs coming from outside settling. So forgive us. Yeah, you might hear that. He's going downstairs. This was some ephemera that I just taped here. I thought it was a tuck, but it's not. So another conversation, but it doesn't look like I put any lips there. Some more journaling. Some flips. This conversation or this journaling did not make it in. I need to add a flip here. And this is the day I dyed my hair blue. I did it twice, but this was the first time I did it. So I journaled about that. I've never dyed my hair blue of all things. And yeah, I went there. My favorite color, my husband's favorite color. So I did it for our anniversary last year. And I absolutely loved it. I had to do it again. Another Tim Holtz card. And this one holds the Sunday dinner. Here's another headache. Well, nope. In the first signature, the Band-Aids represented nosebleeds. So this represent in this particular signature a health issue. This one happened to be headache was the camera shaking? I'm sorry. This one happened to be I had a lingering headache that wanted to be a migraine, but I just would not let it go there. Another flip. And again, this is October. Conversation or my I don't know if it was a conversation, but it was definitely after having a conversation with my therapist, I jotted down my own little notes of what I heard, what I thought I heard, what I took away from the conversation type deal. This is the receipts and tickets from Deadpool and Wolverine. We are Marvel's fans. DC Comics are okay, but we're definitely Marvel's fans. This looks like some type of conversation or okay. So this basically was what happened over the weekend in regards to seeing the movie and if I would do it over, the do-over. So yeah, that particular weekend I saw it. More journaling, conversations, some flips. Yeah. Like I said, I was trying to be consistent with daily. This particular incident, my foot swelled up and I journaled about that. So any little thing that I thought was significant, I was trying to put it in here. Me and my son took a visit to VCU campus in Richmond. He did not end up going to that particular school because he was very overwhelmed by the campus. But he is in college. More journaling. The center of the signature. Also in October, we saw Venom. I journaled about that. Another Marvel's movie. More journaling. And as you can see, I didn't care what direction the page. I'm journaling down, journaling out. Lines, no lines. The lines are going this way, but I am journaling totally opposite. So no rules. No rules. And at some point, looks like after the 19th, I did not come back and add my tab. So that didn't happen. Didn't finish that project. Halloween is here. So we are at, yep, more notes from my therapist. I see continue to meditate and to do whatever to stay grounded. That is the end of the October. And this looks like we're heading into November. So this is how much of November I journaled. See, on the 1st, I vote. I did a, put a sticker there to indicate that. More journaling. Oh, okay. In November, I saw Concave. Wow, that was such a good movie. I definitely want to see it again. I saw that. More journaling. Sunday dinner. I did not get to do my little tab or tuck. More journaling. Another flip. And this one made it all the way to the 24th of November. And we have a few pages of real estate that we didn't use. So don't beat yourself up. It happens. But I just wanted to do a test and see exactly how much do I journal per month. And this was October. And this was all of October. This was all of October. Mid September, from the 1st to the 24th of November. Mid September, started on the 23rd of September, all the way until, I don't know why this is here, the 13th. I don't know why this is here, but we're going to ignore it because this is just poems. It's not journaling. So yeah, the mid-September to the last entry date. That must have been a heavy conversation. The 30th. So I'd say about September. That was September. This was October. So yeah, I think I did pretty good. And thank you all. That concludes my flip through. I hope you appreciated it and got some tips and tricks on how to use your journal. And again, I use mine for daily journaling. I usually make the journals. It's kind of hard for me to be consistent in actually journaling because I'm always doing something. So I thought this year I would just do like what took place that week instead of doing daily. And maybe I'll be more productive doing it that way. So it's like I have a bunch of sticky notes that I plan to put in a journal, but we'll see how far we get. Thanks again. Love and light. You all be well. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks again. Peace.